So, so I just found out something really interesting from my roommate. Like yesterday, I was hanging out with my friend, and my friend has a lot of beer in her refrigerator, hard seltzers, and all that other stuff. And I have a hard time with staying away from that kind of stuff. But then I had this idea, I had this concept, and I've done this before. As soon as I got to the house, cracked open a beer, and I drank probably not even 4 or 5 ounces of the beer, and then I poured the rest of the beer down the sink. Because when I have 4 or 5 ounces of beer, I realize that I don't really want it. It's just the desire. The desire could last all day of me wanting the beer. So instead of that desire lasting all day and fighting that willpower, I'd be like, oh my god, I want one, I want one, I want one. I just drank the beer right away. But I only had 4 ounces. And I didn't have another beer for the rest of the day. And I kind of felt off for the rest of the day. And this morning I woke up and I was scared of everybody. I was scared of my roommate. I was scared of the other roommate that I live with. I was just more fearful in general. I wasn't confident. There was just something wrong. There's even something wrong now. I'm still battling back and forth whether I want to go play basketball or stay inside and paint, and I'm I don't know, I just don't want to be outside. I want to hide away and not go outside or be seen by people. I just want to more sheepish for sure today. It's really weird. And and I told this to my roommate, and my roommate was yeah, because any alcohol at all, even 4 ounces of alcohol, 4 ounces of beer is gonna affect your Depakote levels. That's gonna mess you all up. And I never knew that, I never knew that. So it was nice to know that. And it's also amazing how much alcohol and drugs affect us. I know we don't want to believe that, but they do. They affect our mindset. They affect our mental toughness. They affect our emotional state. They affect everything for us. So yeah, so I was just looking out my window, and I was thinking about a time where, when I was in Thailand, I felt exactly the way I feel now. I did a lot of drinking in Thailand, a lot of drinking. And I lost a lot of people that were very close to me in Thailand too, including my family. Lost my family. Lost my best friends over there, because I was a raging maniac. Every time I drank. I just lost so many people in my life because of alcohol. I have this quote on my wall that says, throughout my life, a lot of my best friends have been beers and basketballs. It's very true. I wonder what my life would have been like if I would have never gotten into drinking alcohol. How many people I would have had in my life, how many friends I would have had in my life. Or maybe I wouldn't have had any friends in my life at all. Because a lot of ways I made friends was by drinking. Actually, I learned that from a very young age. I grew up very poor. I wasn't accepted by anybody. I wasn't socially accepted by anybody at school. All the kids that had money or, came from wealth or middle class or whatever, that had their acts together, that had the family had their acts together. They didn't want to have anything to do with me. They thought I was a piece of shit, like I was a goddamn cockroach. Couldn't afford the Nikes, couldn't afford nice clothes, couldn't afford anything. So all the pretty princesses and pretty princes, all those middle class families, all those upper middle class families, they don't have anything to do with some poverty-stricken little kid like me. So I tried to make friends through drawing things for people. That didn't last long. And then I became cute. Pretty good looking. But that didn't last long either. Because I was still, it looked like I was poor. Looked like I came from an impoverished family. So a lot of the women that I would like to be with didn't want to be with me. Something about money, I don't get it. Also leads to confidence, I guess you could say. But I was also mentally ill at the same time, from a very young age. Never really accepted by anybody. And then I realized that when I drank, I was accepted by people. So I started drinking, smoking marijuana, that kind of thing. And all of a sudden I had friends. They weren't really good friends. A lot of the days back there and then were nightmare days. Look back at them and I'm like, ugh. Bad moments in life, especially when you hang out with those kind of people. Get into a lot of trouble, you see a lot of things you wish you wouldn't have seen. It's icky. A lot of us latchkey kids, or a lot of us that come from these homes where things don't seem right at home, whether it's abuse, trauma, things never feeling quite right at home, not having much money. Where do we go? What do we do? It's a cruel world, man. It's very cruel. Especially in middle school and high school when people reject you and you're seen as poor or odd, or what do you do? What do you do to be accepted? My answer was to drink. But I still wasn't really happy. Sometimes when I look back on my life, I don't know if I've ever really been happy. Other times I look back on my life and I think I've been okay, done well, I've been happy throughout certain sections, but days like today I look at the world and I don't know, everything just seems bleak and awful. I don't want to do anything, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to sit here and look at gray clouds. No reason for living, no purpose. Just look at gray clouds. sun trying to come out through the gray clouds behind the trees. World seems dark. Everything just seems dark. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if anything ever really changes for us. I mean, things could change from day to day, but in the long run, it's like $60 or $70 period of time. Does it ever change? Do things ever change? I don't know. I do enjoy making these videos, though. They're a nice reflection of what we go through. I enjoy the hell out of them, actually, because it's helpful. Somebody started watching my videos yesterday. She's like a new person. She commented on like 3 different videos, and they were like going back, way back, like number 41, number 47, number 54, that kind of thing. I'm like, oh my god, man, you're like 100. You're like that's going deep, man. That's going like that's way back in the day. It's like 100 days ago. Way back playback. But it's great having new people on, because people could relate to these videos. I think that's why I started the whole TikTok thing, just so, new people could get involved. It's important, man. It's important that people watch these videos and have people that understand them, somebody that they could relate to, That's why I make these videos. It's so important that we have people out there that we can relate to, man. Jesus Christmas. Yeah, that's why I wrote that ebook. In the description, by the way. Anyways, guys, I hope you're having a great day. The bird agrees. Alright, guys, have a great day today. Take care. And look on the positive side, not the dark side like I was just in. Have fun.